coming out at this late at night. If you'll all pass your wallets to the front, please. It's kind of an unusual way of holding people up, but hey, we make a couple of bucks here and there. I'm going to leave this open to you. Do you have any questions you might like to ask? Yes, ma'am, or sir, as the case may be. Yes.
When it came to the improv, did you find it easy to come up with your ideas, difficult to come up with the ideas, or a little of both? And did you enjoy that process or not?
You want to keep it down? We're trying to talk here. It took me quite some time to write this book, almost 3 days. It started out as a pamphlet, and it developed into a sizable book. No, I didn't have any trouble. As fast as I could type, and it did take me 3 days.
I'm talking about your professional career.
What?
Talking about your career, not the book.
My career?
Yes.
My career took me only 20 minutes. Yeah. Career was in the toilet, and still has been. Yeah. I never wanted to be. I wanted to be a jockey when I was younger. But at this weight, even the horses ask you to get off, so that didn't work out all that well. I had one race, to my credit, when I was 12 years old. I was weighed 95 pounds, so you could ride at that rate, weight. I can never tell the difference between rate and weight, so no, but I could ride at that weight. And you could ride at, I was only, how old was I? Well, you were there. I was, I think, 14 when I rode a race. And the guy said, well, I didn't actually get to ride the race because the guy said, put the horse in the gate. And I had never been in the gate. The horse had been in the gate, so he knew what to do, but I didn't know what to do. I got in there, and the guy said, "You ready, kid?" And I said, and by that time, he had opened the gate, and I looked up. I was on the ground, and I saw this horse going down the track, and I thought, God, I wish I was on that thing. So that kind of ended my jockeying career, but I had a fond affection. I still do. I have a couple of horses. That's why I'm doing this. So I stay in touch with the racing community, and I had a charity that helped injured riders and jockeys for a while. I injured them so that we would have somebody to give the money to, besides me. Yes, sir.
What was your favorite character?
My favorite character? Not Carol. You mean that I did? I would say Tudball. Yeah, that. Please. We're under tremendous pressure. Yes, well, my mother is Romanian, and we used to go on Sundays to visit my godmother and godfather, and I never understood a word they were saying because they spoke in Romanian all the time. And when they did talk, they talked like this. So I thought, God, that's a funny way of talking. So I kept that to myself, and eventually I had the Mr. Tudball talk that way to Mrs. Awakens. So it did come in handy. Yes. Thank you. Yes. I'm sorry. Yes. Hello. Shut up. Anyway. Yes. What? Uh-huh. She's your acting teacher? Wow. You look older than she. So shouldn't you be the teacher? No, I'm just kidding. Come on. The most challenging experience during doing Carol. I don't think there was anything challenging about it. I never liked Carol, and so I didn't care much what she said at all. No, it was such a delightful show to work, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I still stay in touch with her. And as a matter of fact, I just did her show not too long ago. I don't know if it's been on or not. Sometimes they don't tape it when I'm doing things, you know, so they have no record of it. But I forgot the question, but the answer was long enough, wasn't it? You got to fill time. Yeah. Yes, I'm sorry. Somebody had their hand. Oh, I'm sorry. It's your ear. Yes. Favorite routine with Harvey Korman? I think all of them. Harvey was probably the brightest guy I met and have ever met, and we were great buddies together for about 40 years. And as soon as I met him, the next month we both got divorced, so to give you an idea of where we were. But he was a great guy. He really was, and I enjoyed him and Don Knotts. Don Knotts and I became very good friends too. Yeah, I like those down home people, and especially Don. God, just Tim, you know, I can't. We were doing a thing up in Northern California, and when you went into this bar, there were a bunch of cowboys in there, and real cowboys, you know, that kind of like to beat you up, and especially actors, you know. So I would sit at the bar and get a glass of beer, and they would throw things at me. But I... one day went in after Don was going back and forth to work with me. We were doing the Apple Dumpling Gang or something like that. And please, I don't want to ever do that again. No, it was great. And so he said, you know, I said, I'm going to go in and get a beer. I said, you want to come? And he said, no, I don't think so. And he was dressed as a lady at the time, because he wouldn't go to the trailer in the morning because it was so cold and get dressed. So he would get dressed at his room and wear this stupid dress. So I'm driving him to work, and I, hey, what do you think? How's you like the chick? So I dropped him off and I went into the bar, and I'm sitting at the bar drinking with these guys, a glass of beer, and all of a sudden, here comes Don with the dress on in the bar. And he said, say, Tim, you got the key to that room? With this dress on. And I said, well, ma'am, don't you think we ought to talk about price first? He said, don't screw around, Tim. You guys are rough. So he was, yeah, he became very close. I loved him. He was such a gentle guy, and he and I got in a lot of trouble together, but he was a wonderful person. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Yes, ma'am.
What was it like to work with Ernest Borgnine?
Ernie Borgnine? Fine. I have several scars. He was a big teddy bear. He really was. Did you see From Here to Eternity? That was a real him. No, he could be explosive, as we say, but never with me, because I'm much stronger than he was. And but he could move people around if he didn't care for the way things were going. But to the best of my knowledge, we never had a fight that I lost. Yes.
Did you wait until you were live back with when you did the dentist where you shot yourself in the thigh or with Simba? Did you wait to kill Harvey when you were shooting live? Or
Yes. As a matter of fact, if you look at the tape very closely, the dentist sketch that we did on the Burnett show, you will see Harvey wet his pants. I swear, if you know, yeah, I didn't show him the Novocaine part of it until we actually did it, so he had no idea what I was going to do. But you see him he gets the idea that I'm going to be shooting myself in the hand, the foot, the leg, the head, I eventually became immobile. And you could see him sitting in the chair going, oh, God, where is this going? Because he kept saying, you know, this sketch is not very funny. And I said, I know. And I said, I'm surprised they haven't thrown it out, because I wrote it. And I wrote most of my own stuff, because I knew where I was going. And so I said, well, let me just try it, you know. And so we tried it, and it came out rather well, as I recall. Yeah. Yes.
Do you plan on doing any more Barnacle Boy roles on that spike?
I'm very proud of Barnacle Boy. Yeah, that's something that, yeah, Ernie does one of the characters in there, and I did Barnacle Boy. Yeah. I'm going to have a gravestone with Barnacle Boy. I'm going to do a lot more of those. Yes. Yes. I beg your pardon. We're trying to talk here, for Christ's sake. Yes. The elephant story. We were doing the Burnett show, and the producer came out and said, Tim, when Carol asks you the question, just say elephant. We're very long on this show, and we don't want to take any more time. So I took 4.5 minutes more talking about these elephants that were joined at the trunk. And they would stand up and go like this together, and they would have a monkey come out and got on the two trunks and did the merengue. And I pointed out some of their personal lives, and it went about 6 minutes over. And I could see them all going, oh my God. But I loved doing those things. It helps people digest their food. You want to keep it down? We're trying to talk here. What was it like being Ensign Parker? It was like being Ensign Parker. Oh yeah, I will sign that for you later. Yeah. Not a chance. That was great. I was in the Army, and I was in for 2 years and 2 weeks, because when you're court-martialed in the Army, they put that time on the end of your tour. So, yeah, I was on guard duty one night, and the Army is such a stickler with that rifle. They give you a rifle and expect you to clean it and sleep with it and all of that, you know. And I went on guard duty one night, and I got in the back of this car to take a little nap, because I was from 12 to 6 in the morning, and that's the worst time. You know, you're just walking around protecting pool balls. And I got up, and oh my God, it's almost 6 o'clock, so I got to go back to my post, and I left my rifle in the car. And I got to my post, and I got no rifle, so I look in the garbage can there, and there's this long white neon tube. So I took that out, and the lieutenant